Hey everyone, this is Jared from the Broken Seal, and today we're going to be looking at the Lost Ruins of Arnak, a game by Czech Games Edition. Looks pretty fun. It's for 1 to 4 players, ages 12 and up, and they recommend about 30 minutes per player. On an uninhabited island in uncharted seas, explorers have found traces of great civilization. Now you will lead an expedition to explore the island, find lost artifacts, and face fearsome guardians, all in a quest to learn the island's secrets. Lost Ruins of Arnak combines deck building and worker placement in a game of exploration, resource management, and discovery. So I feel like there's a lot of games now that are mixing worker management and deck building. They do an Imperium game, does the same exact thing. Obviously, I can't say exact, but they feature card build or deck building and worker placement. So it'll be interesting to see how this one differs from that one, and some other ones that have similar features, or at least, right off the bat, similar features. So let's dive in. So there's an ad on the side here, if I can not spill everything out, for another of their games, Sanctum. Let's see if I can maybe turn it. Yeah, so that's why I was pausing. So there's ads on all the sides. We'll look at that later. So some extra component bags, which I'm always a fan of. Wow, a lot of extra component bags. We've got our meeples. They're wooden meeples, color-coded. And looks like each one has 2 meeples, a square, and a circle. Or not exactly a circle. Put these out. So yeah, each one comes with this in the different colors. And we've got blue, yellow, green, and red. Next we have some components. Move this back up. So there appear to be maybe like ruby gems or minerals, and then blue daggers of some kind of plastic. They're nice though, they don't feel cheap. Then we've got some kind of hieroglyphic tablet or pictograph. Some kind of glyph, we'll say that. These are plastic as well, and it looks like they're all the same. I'm just going to grab another random one to make sure. So yeah, they're all the same, which, there's nothing bad about that. There's just some companies that'll do like random designs for each one. That way you feel a little more, like, oh, this one's unique. But, again, no issues on that. So now we've got our cards, which is going to be the bulk of the game outside of the board itself, since this is deck building / worker management. So in proper deck management games, or design rather, they are all the same on the back. So it looks like it's all just one deck as opposed to separated out decks. There's probably something to start off though, like a starter deck. So just looking at the top 3, I noticed that they feature the, oh no, that's like a trowel or some kind of digging implement, but I'm not sure if this would be giving you movement or requires those to get it, but it's kind of cool. Artwork's really nice. That's right, it was a trial. One thing I do like that I've seen so far in this game, the cards, because since it's a deck building game, the cards all seem to be fairly different. These have different artwork on them. Let's lay out some of these by random. Because a lot of times, as I was saying before, a lot of times deck management games, because there's so many cards that go into the game, they kind of repeat some cards. So these all seem to be different, which is really cool on their part. So then we have some other cards. So these ones seem to repeat, and they're probably color based for the different, like each player. Which I'm not upset about. I mean, like on the starting hand, you don't expect them to, you know, have something specific unless each character has like a specific ability or something like that. And then we have some fear cards. So out of all the cards that come with the game, you know, these two decks, which are the majority of them, are all random, or not. Like each card has a different artwork on it. The starter decks have the same, and then the fear deck have the same. So the majority of the cards, each one's going to be something different. So I can really respect that, and makes me feel a little bit more, you know, excited to play the game, since I know that not only on a solo playthrough, but on a playthrough in general, you're going to see different cards. So that's interesting for me. Which other worker placement games or deck management games have as well. Sorry, deck building games. They have them as well, but like, you know, if you're playing Clank, the first couple of times you're playing, you're not going to see all the cards because there's a lot of them. But and I don't even think Clank has that many. You know what? I'm just thinking of Dune Imperium. A lot of their cards kind of repeat, which isn't the worst thing in the world, like I said. But I like that these are all different. This is what I'm trying to get to. We'll see how much of that gets cut out. I'm just kind of talking in circles. All right, let's look at more stuff. Look at some more stuff. So this is probably a way to keep score. It's double-sided. The always helpful player guide. It's got what you can do on your turn, how to set up for next round, and then also effects of the cards. This is our rules. They are not simple. Although they do have a tutorial video, which I'm always a fan of. So the rulebook is about 24 pages long, if we're counting the back page here. Well, I guess, because technically this is the first page, so 22 to 23 pages long. And apparently there are two sides of the board. There's a bird temple and a snake temple. So they say the snake temple starts on page 19. So I wonder if everything after page 19 is just for the snake temple, or if that's... Yeah. So if we were to condense it down to just like our first time playing, that'd be the first, let's say 17 pages, not counting the first page. So not too bad. We've got some stickers. I'm not sure what that's for, unless there's like a legacy component to the game. So here's our game board. This is the bird temple side. So this one is unlike the other games that I've recently played where they're very big, this one's just very tall. And there's a lot going on along the sides. I'm more so just kind of thinking out loud about how to, you know, like when I eventually record this. I know that this track is like you can move up in terms of your like artifacts and whatnot. And then as you move up, you get certain things. And then you can get to the top. From just vaguely what I remember about looking at the game. And then we've got some more cardboard components. This looks like a campsite. This might be a player board, actually. Yeah. Considering they have similar artwork and the tents are different colored. Wonder why one's gray. So I think these are guides. And looks like they have two different sides to them. There's a gold side and then a white side. And then whatever these do. They're double-sided as well. So one side has a ×3, the other side has a -2 fear icon, or maybe a -2 for fear. Which I don't think will deduct fear, but will instead add fear, because the fears have -1. So I imagine this would just modify it to make it a -2 or to add to a -2. With all the cardboard components, this explains why there's so much component bags. Alright, so we got some more cardboard. Gold, exploration. And then some maybe card effects. And then some of the hieroglyphic / pictographic stuff. And I know that there's guardians in the game, so this might be them. They look pretty badass. Like this one's a hippo with some extra protrusions, maybe like a dire hippo. New D&D idea. Looks like a naga. This one looks like a beetle. So pretty cool. Yeah, and they're just generalized monsters on the back. And then there's a double-sided. So there's a lot to this game. Looks like this might slot down here, which doesn't even show up. So you can just barely see it on the camera. But my guess would be maybe down here. No, it's just barely thin. Like there's a few centimeters or millimeters off on the edges, but we'll figure out when we actually go to play. And one of the components were double-sided for this, so the other side just had stuff hanging off, so I just ripped it off. This is a pretty cool scepter, though. And then our final two cardboard components. There's a time, like a clock indicator. Some more of the glyphs. Some more of these fear icons. Are these maybe locations? It looks really cool, like this tree. So yeah, we have a tree, snake, maybe a jaguar. Looks really cool. Some more of these people that you can hire. And maybe some more locations. The art in this game is really great. Like, one of the things I really wanted to get this game for was the artwork, let alone I've heard really good things about it. So I'm excited to see what all this does and how it all shapes out. Until next time. Bye.